Okay, so the new thing that some of the maths teachers have been worried about is this idea of giving interpretation. Okay, so it's demonstrate what you understand about the graph. Okay, the phone calls cost y pounds for x minutes, so y pounds for x minutes. The graph gives the values of y, gives value of y for values of x from 0 to 0, from 0 to 5. I'll be able to read soon, I imagine. Get an interpretation of the intercept of the graph at the on the y-axis, so here. Okay, so if you look at that, where's that? I think that's roughly here. So I think that's like 50p. So no matter what you do on this graph, it's going to cost you 50p. So the starting cost is like a fixed charge of 50p. So the intercept is the fixed charge that you have to pay. So the fixed charge. I think it's in the middle. I did my circle before I actually read the value off, but yeah, so the fixed charge 50p. So whatever happens, you're going to have to pay 50p as soon as you start to make a phone call on here. Give an interpretation of the gradient of the graph. Okay, so this is the longer you go on it. So look, the longer you're on this phone call, you can then turn the radio off. The longer you're on this phone call, the more it costs. Okay, so that's what it means. So every minute you're on it, the more it's going to cost. Okay, so it's the cost per minute. Now, because it's only 1 mark a piece, you can see there, 1 mark each, it's not actually calculate it or do anything like that. But the next one is where we have to actually figure it out, figure out what the gradient is, and so on and so on. So, let's have a look. Find the equation of a straight line. So, let's go to straight line graph. So, this is a conversion graph, but it's also looking at finding y equals mx plus c. Okay, so that's what they're going to do. They're going to put all different types of subjects into one question. Find the equation of a straight line. So we know this is the y-intercept. Okay, and I think that's 50p, so I'm going to put 0.5. That's one done. I think I've got a mark there. Okay. Next bit, the harder bit, is the gradient. The gradient is the rise over the run. Okay, so what you need to do is draw a convenient triangle. Okay, if you watch Maths Watch, it says go along one and then go up to the line. Okay, because that's going to give you a nice easy number on this one here. So that's what I'm going to do as well. Okay, if you could see a complete set of values, so let's say if I extend it to 2, no, I can, I'll do it there actually. If I extend this out to 2 and I go up, I'm actually landing on bang on a figure there. Okay, so I can actually write down whole number values. So this has gone up from 2 to 5, so that's 3. And this has gone from 1 to 3, so that's 2. You don't have to do it like that. You could have just done it over 1 and figured out that this was probably 1.5. Okay, just by doing a smaller triangle. But doing it, the most convenient triangle is going to be easier for this part. So the rise is 3. The run is 2. So this is 1.5. You can leave it as 3 over 2. It's absolutely fine. Okay, so I'm going to go here. So y equals, the gradient is 1.5x, and we already figured out that the y-intercept was 0.5. So that is the equation of the line.